everyone! Today we are going to get festive with this Christmas look. This is a kind of flirty look, and I just used the Modern Renaissance palette to create a glitter cut crease, kind of smoky, flirty look. So if you want to know how I got this look, then let's jump right into the video. Okay, so I don't have any makeup on right now. I just cleaned and moisturized my face. So I'm going to be doing a full face today. So I'm gonna start off with my brows. That's always the first thing I start off with. If you do foundation before brows, foundation gets in your brows and it kind of changes the color of the brow product that you're using to fill in your brows. So I always do brows first. Today I'm using my ABH pomade, and I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows. And since when I got my eyebrows waxed, they were messed up, I'm filling them in a lot more than I usually would. I normally will just kind of keep the shape of my brows and just basically darken them, but because my nail lady made my eyebrows a little bit thinner than I would normally like, I have to draw them in, so I have to add the arch and kind of make them a little bit thicker. This one especially, you can see like right there. Oh. Okay, so next I'm going to apply some concealer onto my eyes just to cover up the veins, so when I apply my eyeshadow, it'll come on smoother. And I'm just gonna use this concealer brush and just rub that in my eyes. And then I'm gonna set that using my Hard Candy loose powder. And normally just what I do is I put some on my finger and just kind of pack it on my eyelid. So setting the concealer when you are applying it onto your eyes makes it, one, matte, and two, it helps the eyeshadow stick on better. So when the product isn't wet, it won't crease when you're applying your eyeshadow. After that, we are going to start on our eyeshadow. So today I'm gonna be using the Modern Renaissance palette. This is what it looks like. I've used it quite a lot. I'm gonna go in with the shade Tempera, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I'm gonna apply that all above my crease and right under my brow bone, and just use that as my transition shade. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Golden Ochre. Listen, I don't know how to pronounce any of these, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, love letter, easy. Some of these though, like, I don't know. Some of them I have trouble pronouncing. When you use a thinner brush, it's more precise. So if you want the color to be spread basically all over your eye right there where I want it to be, I wanna use a thicker fluffy brush. So I'm just gonna pack that on and also use this as like a transition shade. And since it is a Christmas themed look, I really want to dip into the red and kind of play with the red a lot. So I'm gonna go in with this really thin crease brush. Looks like this. And this is what I'm talking about, like a precision brush, because if I used the big fluffy brush that I just used with the red, it's gonna go all over, and I really just want it to stay in my crease. If you want to place the eyeshadow more precisely, you wanna use a thinner blending brush. So I'm gonna go in with this red shade right here, and I'm just gonna apply that in my crease. When you are applying shadows, it's always gonna be the darkest to where you first put your brush down. So you always wanna start from the outside and work your way in. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go back in with that same fluffy brush that I was using before, and I took the product off of it for the most part. And I'm just going to blend out this line right here. Okay, and then after that, I'm gonna go in with the shade Venetian Red, and I'm gonna go back in with the Precise Crease blending brush. And I'm gonna apply that in the same spot. So I'm gonna start on my outer corner and just kind of work its way in. I just wanna darken up this red. And then I'm gonna follow this as well with the fluffy brush after taking the product off of it. And just blending that in. And I just don't feel like it's dark enough, so I'm just gonna go back in with that Venetian Red shade and really try and go to town there. And once again, I'm gonna blend that out. I really don't want any harsh lines. Okay, so now that I feel like I have a good amount of red, I'm gonna go in with the same concealer that I used to conceal my eyelids, the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Fair. And I'm just gonna cut this. So I'm going to apply some apply some concealer onto my eyelids, and then with the same concealer brush that I used, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease. But just like in the New Year's look, I'm not gonna go all the way. And basically, I'm just doing this to lay down a primer for my glitter. I just don't want there to be like a red undertone where my glitter is when I apply that. I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that right where I applied the concealer. So with the glitter, you wanna apply primer, glitter, primer, glitter. It's not really like when you're cutting your crease and you have a little bit of time with the concealer, because the primer will dry way quicker than the concealer will. So I'm gonna go in with a Cargo Cosmetics brush, and I'm gonna use this small side, and I'm gonna just pack on this loose glitter pigment. It's the NYX pigment. This is in the shade Vegas Baby, and I used this in my halo look. So I have applied that to my brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pack that on where I put the primer. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the glitter looks a little bit crusty because when I applied the primer, I waited too long because I was talking, but I waited too long. So that's what happens if you wait too long. I don't know if you can see, but it's like, it's crusty on the inside. So I'm gonna actually just apply some more. Okay, and then I'm going to use the concealer brush one more time. This time I'll be a little bit quicker, and I'll go in with the NYX glitter primer. This is what it looks like, by the way. pack this onto the side that I have the concealer on. And I'm gonna be quicker this time because you guys just saw what happened when I took my sweet time. So now that I've done that, really quickly, gonna go in with the same brush to grab that glitter, or the loose pigment, I should say. As you can see, this glitter goes everywhere. I mean, you can see it all over the camera. Honestly, that's why I wanted to do a full face in this look, because the glitter gets everywhere. And if I did my face makeup first and then applied the eye makeup, it would be a hot mess. There would be glitter everywhere. But there's glitter like stuck in my eyelashes, all over my face. But I have a makeup wipe here that I'm gonna clean that up with. Okay, so you can see the glitter. Well, actually, okay, so there we go. We've got the glitter on, and I'm gonna go back in with this crease blending brush. And one more time, I'm gonna go in with Venetian Red, but this time I'm gonna mix it with the Red Ochre shade that I had used earlier in my crease. And this time, I'm just gonna apply it right here and darken this up and kind of close off that weird space between the glitter and the red, and make it more of an ombre. Okay, and now I still want to darken up the red. I mean, if I'm gonna use this look for Christmas, my inspiration right now is like Christmassy. My inspiration is like cranberries, I would compare it to. So I want to darken it up, so what I'm gonna do is use the Naked Smoky Eye palette by Urban Decay. Okay, so in this, I'm gonna use the shade Black Market, which is this black shade right here. I'm trying to show you guys. But I'm still gonna use this small crease brush because I want the precision. And that just kind of darkened it up. And it doesn't look black. Like, it looks like you can see the red through it, so it kind of makes it look like a reddish black, like the top of a cranberry would look. Now, one more time, I'm gonna use that fluffy brush, this bigger fluffy brush, and blend that all together. And I'm actually gonna go back in with Red Ochre. But I'm gonna start out here because that's where it's gonna apply the darkest, you can see, and then I'm gonna drag that in really lightly, like I'm barely touching my eye, and just kind of apply a little bit more red here. Cool. Take the product off that brush, and I have a brush wipe right here, so that's how I'm getting it off, if you're wondering. The problem with that is that it makes the brushes wet, so you have to be like really gentle, because you don't, I mean, you might want your brush wet, I don't know, I'm not you, but I don't for this look, because that ends up making the colors like way more pigmented than they are. And I'm just gonna, once again, just give it a quick sweep. You kind of want to clean it up so that it looks nice and blended evenly. Now I'm gonna go in with this flat brush. We're gonna go in with the shade Primavera. It's like a nice golden shade, golden shimmery shade, I should say. And I'm gonna highlight my upper brow bone with that. Now we're going to apply some liner. And I'm gonna be using my Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner to wing my look, but to line my eyes, I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. just regular black eyeliner. Okay, those look even to me, so no complaints here. Alrighty, and then I'm going to use my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. I'm just gonna put a light coat on because I'm gonna apply some fake lashes with this look. So just a really light coat of mascara. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go apply my lashes. I'm just using these Kiss lashes. Honestly, I don't remember the name of them. This is not the first time I'm wearing them. I threw the box away. So I don't know what they are, but I will be right back. Okay, so before I move on to the face, I am going to just take a makeup wipe and kind of rub off all that glitter that fell onto my face. What's up with right there? Looks dark. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the Photo Finish primer by Smashbox. This is the trial size one. This one, it feels light. It doesn't feel oily, but it really doesn't, like, it doesn't fill in my pores like I want it to. So I'm just gonna apply this onto my problem areas, which will be right here because this is where my pores are the most noticeable. And then basically all over the face. I'm just gonna rub it in now. Alrighty, so for foundation, I actually mixed two foundations. That's because I bought too light of a shade for my favorite one, and the other one is too dark, and truthfully, I don't really like it that much, but I like to mix them because then it becomes the shade that matches me. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade 303 Nude Beige. I really love this foundation. It really is total coverage like it says. But what I do is I basically just put it on my face like this. And, oh gosh, honey, that looks bad. And I just like apply it all over my face. And then the way that I mix it is I take my blending foundation brush and I actually dip that before applying my foundation. I dip it into the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup blah blah blah, this one. This is in the shade C3 Creamy Natural. So this one really is like way too dark for me, but it's good when I mix it. So I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and I just like to kind of put a little bit of the True Match foundation onto my brush like that. You can see it's just a little bit, just enough to give me some darker color. My earrings are so festive. Okay, so I'm gonna start off. I start off applying my foundation in the center of my face because when you start in the center and you work your way out, it doesn't cake up as much around the perimeters of your face. Wow. It doesn't cake up around the perimeters of your face, so it makes it blend easier. So let's go ahead and get this party started, girls. Looks like I'm crying, but really I poked myself in the eye. Tragedy. I am crying. Okay. Things not to do in a YouTube tutorial. Cry. I mean, I guess you could cry if you don't like the look or something, but generally there's no crying involved in a makeup tutorial. I guess I'll just be one of the first to do that. Okay. Don't forget those ears, ladies. Okay, so my foundation is applied, and you can see it still looks light. Like, I look like a granny right now, honestly. I look like a granny, but it will be fixed in due time. Okay. Okay. Wow, again? I'm crying and dropping things, man. Okay, restart. And while I am waiting for my foundation to dry, I'm going to apply some shadow to my under eye, and I'm gonna be using the lip brush as usual, super thin. Oh my God, there's glitter all over my hand. And I'm gonna go in with the Venetian Red shade and apply that all under my eye. And that glitter is a perfect example of why I wait to do my face makeup, because imagine how tragic it would have been if I spent all that time doing my face makeup just for it to get messed up. No, honey, no. And then I just like to clean that up with my finger. I'm not like the typical beauty tutorials using all fancy brushes and stuff, so. I'm gonna apply Vermeer in my inner corner. Apply some mascara to my lower lashes because I should have done it before, realized I didn't, and now I wanna fix my mistake. So let's go ahead and do it, girl. Okay, so now that I feel confident that my foundation has dried, I am going to contour my face. I'm using the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder Compact. This is the shade Dark Cafe, which was a perfect match for me over the summer and even during the fall, honestly. But now my skin is super pale, and this honestly just kind of makes me look orange. But because this is my favorite one, I'm just gonna continue to use it and hope for the best. Honestly, I look a lot different on the camera than I do in person. Like, I don't think it's this dark in person. I think kind of the lighting in the camera is kind of screwing with it, because right now she's looking rough. And now I'm gonna contour my nose, especially this side of my face. Like, what is even going on there? Like, if this was a tutorial on do's and don'ts, this would be the don't side. Now I'm going to apply some blush. This is the blush that comes in the Maybelline contour kit, the Master Contour Kit. And I'm using the shade Light to Medium. I'm just gonna apply some on my blush brush and kind of blend it in with where my contour is. See, this looks way darker on camera than it does in person. Let's see what this side looks like. See, that side looks a little bit better, but still not the best. I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel like I've let you down. Especially because there's a piece of hair stuck to my eyelash, and every time I blink, the hair tickles my face. Okay, now I'm gonna highlight my face using this e.l.f. highlighter. Honestly, it doesn't even have a name. Just the back of it says Blush Gems. I don't think that's the name though, but it's so used. The label must have just fallen off. I'm gonna go in with this fan brush and highlight my face in all the right places. Okay, I like to apply a finishing powder all over my face because what it does is it kind of blends everything together, and also it tones down these colors. So like, you'll still be able to see the contour, but it doesn't look as dark against my skin. I lost the brush I was gonna use. There it is. So what I do for this, I use the Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Finisher. It looks like this. And I just apply it on this big fluffy brush. And I just blend everything together with this. And not only that, but when I use a dewy foundation, this just makes it matte, which I like. I like the matte foundation. Alrighty. And now, I was was gonna go in with a red lip, but since my face looks so red on camera, I truthfully just don't want to do that. So I'm gonna use a nude gloss. So this is the e.l.f. Just the e.l.f. lip gloss. You can hear my talk. And this is the shade Natural. What's he doing in there? Anyways, I'm just going to apply this. I love nude shades. Truly, I just love nude. I love nude shades. I love them. I love them. Okay, guys, this is the end of my Flirty Christmas look. So I just used, like you saw, the Modern Ren palette to create a glitter cut crease. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment, and all that fun jazz. And I will see you guys in the next video. Merry Christmas!